Well, it's 10:30 p.m. local Swedish time, so I think that we will get started at once. I mean, this is a speed sketch kind of thing, so don't want to be slacking. Perhaps a few new tricks. The most important thing that I have discovered these last couple of weeks, really, months, since the Sketch Club Awards, is this wonderful, amazing brush that I use for almost everything right now, and that is Tino's smoke brush. This thing has been a lifesaver for my creativity, and it helps me with whatever I try to do, really. So I'm thinking that we should get started. I wrote something in the forum thread for this class that I was going to do 4 sketches, but I think I will have to trim that down to 3 during this hour that I'm going to be having with you here. So I'm going to take a new sketch here. I'm taking the low-res iPad screen because I am lazy and don't have that much time. And I'm going to be starting with the dragon. And to do a quick dragon here, the thing is, when you are speed sketching, when you intend to do something quite fast, you should really not have that much of a plan. Don't search overly for references or inspiration somewhere else. Just wing it. So, quick dragon here. I'm thinking about giving myself maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes. Here we have a blank screen. I will start on this layer, the second layer, and with the vector tool set to fill, 100% opacity, I will just go nuts, trying to do something that looks like the silhouette of a dragon-like lizard dinosaur creature. So, here we go. If you want me to sing, I can sing. I don't have to. Okay, I get no requests. Damn you guys. Oh, here's a dragon. Yeah. Yeah, PewDiePie is Swedish too, so we share the ancestry there. Yeah, he is. I'm not aiming to break his record on YouTube there for most subscribers, but yeah, we'll be getting somewhere here. I mean, I think this class is a lot more populated than the last one. BP, will we have a combo afterwards? Your decision, buddy. I am not related to PewDiePie. We share ancestry. We're both Swedish. PK, get in the game. Here we have a dragon. At least I think so. Someone said Jurassic Park, and I think you might be a little correct. And then we do that. Black. 45 seconds. Oh, BP, you're evil, man. And then we pick that magic brush, Tino's smoke brush, the one that got the most used at this past year's awards show. And I can say it's for a reason, because this thing is magic. We go with natural colors here because they're not as saturated. And we take the layer above our silhouette, put it to on, and we use over mode here. So just to get some basic colors down here. Oh, look here, a blue dragon. Bluish. And I think we go with a little red. Just to shake things up a little here. And we take a little green into it. Ooh. Now what? What shall we do? I think we'll take a brighter color here. There we go. Get some details in there. Come on. I don't know what this color is called. I am a little colorblind, so if someone can help me with that, that would be... Ooh, purple. Thank you. Who said that? Derpy? He turned Derpy into a toaster cozy. Oh, demented I am. And here comes the fun bit. Now I will be starting to use the advanced brush settings, screen and multiply, to get shades and to make this into something that's not as flat as this is. So here we go. I'll turn up the opacity a little here, 40, and I push that down to 100 in size. I am really, what can I say, anal is perhaps a word to use here. When it comes to sizes and opacities, I tend to always go for numbers, complete numbers, tens really, because that's the way I am. Here we go. That's nice, Panda. We'll see here. Yeah. Starting to look like a bad guy. Evil dragon. Not that you expected anything else from me, perhaps. But that's the thing. We should stick to the things that we're good at. Unless we want to be creative and try new things. Then we shouldn't. I don't know what the hell I'm rambling about right now. What you hear in the background there is my dog. His name is Geir. He is a Labrador and he is 9 years old. Did you want something, love? Du kan prassla lite mindre i alla fall. I'm not eating chips. This was my beloved girlfriend who came in to get a little snack in the kitchen. Yes, girls, I'm sorry, I'm taken. Let's see here. Yeah, just so if anyone didn't notice, I changed the setting from multiply to screen, and that will make the colors a little lighter, just to add a few highlights here and there. And I also changed the opacity. I put it down a little to around to 20 again. 10 at first, but now I'm increased. And we shall see here. Yeah, I think we are about done with the first part here. Everyone sees that this is a dragon or some kind of animal. Yeah, kind of evil, derpy, but deep inside he's just a huggable little dude reaching out for love anywhere he can find. Poor guy. Find it. Now I'm going to do like this. I'm taking a new layer over here, just putting it to normal, and we're going to do a few teeth. And the thing with the brush here, Tino's smoke brush, is that it tapers off in a really nice way. So putting the size down quite low, using a toothy color, if that's a word for a color, I'm just going to do a few teeth. And I still have the brush mode in screen, and usually when I do this by myself, not talking, not getting interrupted by the dog or the girlfriend, this tends to be quite a fast process. But now that I'm babbling all the time, that's not the case. Here we go, teeth. And teeth are a little brighter on the edges than in the middle, and you also get a kind of a cool texture here. Now the problem with being zoomed in this much is that I don't really have a size reference to go by. I don't know if these teeth will look like giant buck teeth or like he has very small teeth. I usually don't see where I went wrong until I zoom out for the final touches later. But that is the thing about winging it and being speedy. You don't have the time to really focus on the finer parts of it. Let's see here. Yeah, look at those gnawers. Gnawers. Is that a word? I hope. And we'll see here. A few more of these suckers in his lower jaw. My yellow teeth and me. Oh. Little Elvis impression there. The only one you will get. Maybe I will give you a encore performance later. Ba-da-da-da-da. I really like this streaming audio thing. That's an awesome idea, Black Pawn. As good as they get. Means I cannot take a breather. Here we go. Oh, look at those. Yeah. Big, nasty teeth. Do like this. Get a little more there in the upper jaw. Well, this looks like a bad guy. And the layer, I will take some other colors here. The illustration colors, the orange, and in this same reddish orange. They're both orange. Set the size a little bigger. And now I'm going to do something that I often get complimented for by PK, and that is the lightning. No one else colors here. And in the nose too. A little flaming booger. Wow. Ah! Screen is not moving. Should I perhaps restart to go stream? Okay. Here Hello. I'm back. Can you hear me? Wonderful. Then here we go. Oof, I've already been at it for almost 15 minutes here. I need to speed things up a little. Don't know what went wrong there, really. Ooh, here you got it. There's the... I just realized that you can't see where I'm pointing. Yeah, that's me. Flaming eye, flaming nostril, and I think we will be adding a little more flame here. And we'll put that behind the teeth layer. And we'll increase the brush a little here. Ooh, let's see here. Yeah, I put the teeth in a different layer. I'm sorry if I wasn't really... I'm just grasping for words here. Clear about that. And then I will do like this. The funniest layer, I always think, is the dodge layer. I tend to overly use this, abuse this maybe, is a more correct word for it. And dodge is a little tricky if you are not used to it. You put the opacity at between 15 to 20. The size of the brush doesn't matter. Which brush you use doesn't really matter. If you're doing backgrounds, one of the cloud brushes, Roberto Rendon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, his cloud brush I think works awesome for doing backgrounds. But I'm going to stick here with the Tino brush for this. And we are going to add fire to this. And just to brighten things up quite a bit here. Ooh, that's hot. And then I think we'll add some more shine here. We used the purple that I think Derpy mentioned earlier. Take some purple and just brighten up his hide here. As you can see, there's not very much details here of this dragon, but in the skin, I think it works for what I intend for this. Then we'll just put some background to this here, quickie like this, just some strokes of the brush. There you go, number 1. This is the dragon, mythical creature. Not much to it really, just a quickie. check here for the stats, upload, and we'll see here on the statistics 18 minutes. That's sloppy. I'm used to doing these in 12, 15 maybe. But you can see he spouts the flame out of his mouth in the auto whip, and that's awesome. Well, yeah, there we go. Just save this, and we'll do like that. New sketch. Thing is, when you're doing something quick, at least for me, I tend to start with a black canvas, because that speaks to my blackened soul. And then I do like this. I pick a random color here from somewhere in this wheel. Oop, there, some kind of green one. Put down the opacity, and then I just do like this. Normal brush mode. And then I choose a color opposite to give it some contrast here. And then I'll pick something from another angle. And from the opposite of that, blue in this case. There we go. Nice and smooth colors. And here, this can really be anything. But right now, I see a few things that I can do with this. Because I see, and that's the awesomeness of a random brush like this, I see a skull here. I don't know if you see it, but I do. And here we have one eye of that skull. And here we have the nose. And this can just be me. And this is the wonderment of just doing scribbles. You can see everything. It's like watching at the rings of a tree or looking at the clouds. You make out shapes and they can form almost anything in your mind. Most often I see things like skulls or dragons or demons or fluffy, cute little bunnies. No, I just lie there. Haha, got you. Yeah, I see cute bunnies sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Chicken skull. Yeah, that would be something. Wall plaster. Yeah, that's awesome too. Just seeing those. The problem with wall plaster and with a great many things like clouds and stuff is that you just see the things that you see for a minute or just a moment really sometimes, and then if it's plaster or something, you can't really find it again. It's like you were in just the right angle to see it when you saw it, but you can't see it again. And it's the same with clouds. They tend to move, those suckers. I shall see here. If anyone's wondering, I'm using the same layer still, but I'm just using a black, changing up the size and changing up the opacity every now and then, just to do thing here. The skull that I saw from the beginning. Skulls are not a horror motif in my world, because we all carry these things inside of us. Perhaps not like this, but anyway. And to add the highlights here, we choose a black layer in the dodge, and we'll use black. Pump up the opacity a little with white as the primary color here, and then we'll start adding a few highlights here. Kära någon Geier. Och lägg det. I'm trying to be effective. That's all I have. When you lack skill or creativity or other important aspects of doing art, speed can be quite a thing sometimes. Vi ska snart gå ut, Kappen. Excuse me there for speaking Swedish sometimes. I'm just trying to calm my dog. He's looking at me with soft puppy dog eyes, telling me that he wants to go for a walk and maybe take a leak, or maybe just smell the snow, because there are a lot of, let me choose my words wisely here, female dogs in these parts, and he loves them. Yeah, and you just hear him whining here for a few minutes, and I hear him whining all the time. Hound dog. Yeah. Just gonna brighten this up a little, using some random colors here. Of course, the other thing, really, about speed painting is that this is awesome if you're just trying to find something, you're trying to get an idea. If you're low on creative uses at the moment, just doodling out stuff like this, giving yourself a set amount of time, works wonders for your creativity otherwise too, because you get to time sets that will make you not overthink things. You will just go with the flow, self-imposed little, and yeah, do this, just try to be there in the moment, not just overthinking it. And I mean, you don't get the most awesome results perhaps, but that is not really the thing about doing things speedily either. If you are after features on Sketch Club, or if you're trying to find some higher, take your art to another level, this is perhaps not the way to do it. But if you want to be a little more creative, if you want to go there and just trying to learn to not overthink things, then this is a good way to go, at least in my experience. I'm very deep. Yeah. So, here we go. Number dos. And it took us a total of 8 minutes. Yeah, look at that auto whip. Lighting up those eyes. I'll just save this. And that's an example of things you can do when you just scribble. And I crashed. Thank you for... But I'm back for the intermission. Here we go. Now we're going to do something a little bit more standard here. I was thinking about doing a background. Yeah, is everybody ready for 3? I hope so, because I'm not going to sit around and wait. And we're going to do a little sky here. This is the most basic of backgrounds you can possibly think of. Scribbling about. Of course, you can go into a little bit more detail if you want, if you choose a higher pixel density, high resolution. Thank you. Does the sound weird? Yep, alternating between screen and multiply, because that is what I do these days. There we have it, a sky with a sunset or something like it. That's what I would like to think. That's what I keep telling myself. And then we'll go for the very simple yet kind of effective background here. Vector, fill, 100% opacity, bring on the mountains. That's one crooked ass mountain. Excuse me, that's one crooked butt mountain. Butt is a more acceptable word, at least I hope so. There we go. Yep, these are mountains. Now, erase, and I tend to use Sketchy here. I think I learned this from Goth Daddy during his landscapes class, but I don't really know if it's the same approach that he uses. I think he uses more vectors to get this, what's it called, that Bob Ross kind of thingy, where all the mountains look really cool, but when you look really close, they're actually very, very simple. And I like doing this. And once again, I think I mentioned him earlier here, the fantastic artist Roberto, and I'll skip the last name because I can't pronounce it. He usually does this with lighting and textures to get this awesome, very organic feeling sketches. And as you can see, I'm just using Sketchy here, and I'm using Erase. And I'm hoping to get a good feeling for this. There we go. These are mountains, and they are far off in the background. So we'll use a filter here to blur them a little. Not the full 10, we use a 5. Yeah, that works. And what should we do now? Anyone has any ideas for what is going to inhabit this landscape? Will there be a cat? Will there be a pony? opacity and size, sketch erase, 20% opacity, 8 in size. One little house. Lots of gerbils. We'll start with that house. I think the house sounded like a cute idea. Because a house you can do on a different layer here. We put that over the top there. And we'll take the vector tool again, of course. And we'll see here. On this little hill in the foreground, we will have a little house, a little cottage, where we can drink our afternoon tea. And there's the little cottage, and here is the little roof on the cottage, and here is the little chimney. There we go. And we'll just use pixels. Pixels. The pixel tool is always useful for doing things like windows. Just a pro tip. Not that I'm a pro, but you get the idea. Oh, that's one large window. We'll decrease the size here. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. What's happening? There we go! Cute little cottage. And around my little house, I want some shrubbery. Pro tip. Mark, you demented person. You're almost worse than me. There we go. Cute little house. Marvelous. And as I don't really want the background mountains to come into play here, and we'll have to use another layer. And then I'll just choose colors freely here. I'll stick to Tino's smoke brush. That's all I've got. What's with the cats? I'm a dog person. Live with it. Okay, I'm a cat person too. Cats are cute. Yes, dogs do rule. Drool, I mean. And rule. I just met a 13-week-old Dalmatian puppy today and got very inspired to get another dog, but that probably won't happen, because then I realized that puppies grow into dogs, and dogs are a handful. There we go, cute little house. And oof, I almost forgot, we need to have a little smoke from the chimney here. And what's better to do to smoke than a smoke brush, right? I hope I'm not boring you with my limited set of tools here. There's a little smoke coming out of my chimney. Oh, yeah. I think I didn't mention this when we started the stream, but I am very sleep deprived. That's why I am being a very, very silly man. I'm not like this usually. I'm very serious, straight faced. There we go. See the smoke? It's burning the midnight oil in there. Don't want to freeze when it's winter. Cold outside. Here we go. And just to shut the cat lovers up, I will do a cat. Damn you. And there we go. We usually like that. Here we go. Little cat in the window there. Meow. And I mean, a house. This doesn't seem very Sebastian-esque, does it? A taco. A very different word from it's the English taco. In Swedish we say the pony, I think, will have to wait, Derpy. Or maybe... yeah, it will have to wait. No ponies here. I mean, I just drew a cat. That will have to do. Yeah. I think we'll do it like this. One thing that I've always liked is one of my OCs. Not this, that is very OC, but it is a character that I drew for a steampunk compo 1,000 years ago, when the universe was still young. Not very original. His name is Steam Machine Pinocchio, and I haven't drawn him in ages here, so here he comes again. I have to do some tubing here. Then we'll do another on layer here, and we can stick with this brush. It doesn't really matter. You can use a lot of brushes to do textures. There are quite a few good ones in the normal brush sets, so that you don't really have to download new ones. But I don't think I will be going to use them because I have other ideas. I'm not going to use them now. I just scribble along here with the smoke brush to get a little textured feeling. I mean, he is after all a machine, so he is supposed to be a little clunky, and he is super old, so he is very clunky here, with lots of dents and bruises and small tears and things. And then again, he is seen here from a very far off perspective. And the only thing that makes me call this guy Steam Machine Pinocchio is that he has a big nose. So he could really be Steam Machine Gerard Depardieu. And as I hope that everyone sees here, I don't really have a plan with this. I'm just going along for the ride. My stylus is guiding me through this whole process. I'm not really doing a lot of these things consciously. They just seem to happen. My iPad won't seem to lie still on the table here. Yeah, PK, the master of spelling French actors' names. Or is he Russian now? I don't really know. I think he changed his nationality because he got angry with the French government or something. Don't quote me on that though. There we go. Here we have the steam machine. And he looks every bit as angry as he always does. Because he's a machine, so he can't really change his expression. But that's neither here nor there. And we'll use screen once again. The almighty screen. First I will do like... I'll just take this layer here. A layer underneath is all that really matters. And we'll do like this. Increase screen. Because he has flames coming out of his mouth too. He's not a dragon, but he's nonetheless. Hot guy. Back to the over layer here, where I did all the texturing. And he also has flaming boogers in that nose, like the dragon. You see, I told you so. I am not really one for abandoning a great idea, because flaming boogers, I mean, wow. That is some truly creative stuff right there. And just so that you know it, he stepped on the pony getting here. So, ha! And we'll add another layer. I'm going over the top with layers here. And now we're just going to add some more lighting here. Just to give this a little more flair. Oof. Advanced words used by me in this stream today. And of course, dodge layer. Cannot forget the dodge layer. Very important. And I'm just gonna show you this because I think it's cool. This is Roberto's cloud brush. It's found in the community brushes. Set it to 20. Pick a light bluish color. Size doesn't really matter. Can go as small or big as you like. Just to get some cloud textures here and some nice lighting here. Good saturation. Can do that here too. Also it adds a little bit of texture to whatever you're doing. So like for this steam cloud coming down here from Pinocchio's right or from his backside. You add a little lightning here and a little texture, so that's cool. Oh no, that cat. Tough being him. And I would call it done. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Am I back? What did you miss? Did you lose me at the boogers? That was like an hour ago. Damn it. So, yeah. The boogers, where did I go from that? I'm rambling a lot, so I don't really know where I was then. I would think I will just have to go by this piece for piece then. Here I did the boogers, right? Yeah, I also said something about me not really being the most, what words did I use there? The most creative guy when it comes to expressing myself. But then again, flaming boogers is a super awesome idea and something that everyone should do. So, just to let you know, BP, flaming boogers will be the name of the compo. Perhaps not. On a layer below Pinocchio here, I added some flame from his mouth just to make it look a lot hotter. And then I added a layer above all things, where I added some clouds. Still here, I have not used anything but Tino's smoke brush. Some fog creeping in over this valley, where this little cat house is situated on that hill. And then I added the dodge layer, and on the dodge layer I used Roberto's cloud brush to add some texture and add some lighting and highlights that I think really makes backgrounds pop. And that is a trick that PK taught me a very long time ago. Then again, I'm having no luck today. Sound didn't go, I did. The app crashed again. We'll see here, the time for this. We spent 19. Then again, I crashed a few times and I had 2 minutes on this, but to redo a few things there. But as you can see, I'm guessing everybody sees what I see right now with these sketch stats here. And I don't erase. If you erase, you lose a lot of the I don't really know how to express myself here. You lose some of the flow. And the same thing goes for undo. Don't think so much about it. Don't try to correct things that might have been mistakes. Try to paint over those mistakes instead. Treat it like you're doing natural media, like acrylics or something like that, where you can't erase, where you can't undo. And I think that makes the creative process working like that a lot smoother. So there we go. I had time for 3 sketches total today and a lot of rambling. Anyone have any questions? Five minutes. Sure. We'll go for another 5-minute one. I will choose a iPad screen here. As you said, BP, you were going to set the rules, so I think that you should really do it. Straight after the awards show this year, I really got into doing super creepy stuff. Or very disturbing things, and I think I'm going to treat you to some of that dementia that I have really fallen in love with. So we'll give it another 5 minutes. And here we go. Still Tino's fantastic smoke brush that is good for pretty much everything, including... No, not including. It's good for anything. I don't need to specify. Use the skin tones. this is going to be yet. Oh, this guy looks happy. If the typing is faster than the audio, you can pop out of the stream and come back, and it sometimes solves itself. Creepy. I think he looks happy. I would totally trust this guy. And when you've gotten the basic shape in here with one of these colors, you just go over it with what's it called now? Multiply. Size, opacity, doesn't really matter here. Ooh, 3 minutes to go. Oh, I have to hurry up. Yeah, sound didn't seem to be working there. I hope we'll have more luck now. Do you hear me now? You are hearing me. Sweet. I hope Weddy watches this later, because I know she loves snot. I don't know why I know that, though. Yeah. Crusty guy, for sure. Now we're going to add a overlay layer here, because that is awesome for doing stuff like this. Adding some disturbing textures. Ooh, 30, yeah. Now I think I must have to call this done, because I promised my dog that I would go out with him at this time. That's the problem with dogs. Had it been a cat, I could have just told him to go on the box, the kitty litter box, and it would have all been good for a few minutes more. But Then again, I don't really want to overstay my welcome. I hope you all enjoyed this. Yes, I'm still drawing as I'm saying thank you very much for this evening or day, depending on where in the world you may currently be. I would love to do this again sometime. I think it was quite fun. Compo rules should not really be about anything else than time limit and image loads. So I think we set the time limit this time to 20 minutes. Not too harsh, but we will be harsh to those of you who overstep the time limit. Look, he's smiling. Give us a kiss, love. Yeah. Speed limit, 20 minutes, no encroachment on that. You can, of course, do something that is less than 20 minutes, but if you find yourself coming up towards the limit, save your image so that you do not overstep it, because then it will be removed from competition. Otherwise, we will not really have any other rules. No image loads, that's a given. Preferably original art, but if you can manage to pull off a reference work in 20 minutes, that is both very impressive, and that should not really be a foul. Any topics I find works very well here. I mean, if you can pull off a beautiful rhino or hippopotamus or a elk or something like that, that's wonderful, and I would love to see that too. So I don't think monsters should be a given. I don't think that background should be something that we really have to focus on here. Anything you want, really, but no longer than 20 minutes. Yeah, Mark, you and me, I think we talked about pulling off a 20-minute square by square when we were doing that Vencat class thingy. But then again, we were talking about doing a sketch in, what was it, 30 by 30 pixels or something like that. Autographed underpants, I think, is the most proper. I can send you some used ones if you want. No, the price preference can be preference. I don't have any preference for the prices. Prices can be anything that you want to do. Anyway, thank you all very much for attending this speed class, speed thingy. I wish everyone a fantastic Thursday and Friday, of course, for those of you who have already entered the next day here. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Oh, I should really end this thing in Swedish. Tack så mycket allihopa, och ha en fortsatt trevlig dag. Hej då!